Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy, Such a Wire, a.k.a. Coach Bird, and I'm the host of the BYRDCAGE show. Cousin Jason. We do a lot of talking, you know what I'm saying, leading up to these tapings and things like that. Even before we start taping, we sit here and chop it up a little bit. And I'm going to start counting her hairdos. I told her that. I'm going to go back. This is episode 58. I'm going to go back. I'm going to count them all up, and then I'm going to have Cousin Tracy hairdo counter. Next episode.
Listen, that's part of Black Girl Magic. I say it all the time. Those that don't know, this is how we come, you know. We install, we uninstall, we create, we let it grow natural, we do whatever. You know, I'm a chia pet some weeks, and some weeks I'm Barbie. It is what it is. Like, you know, it's how I be. Wherever I'm coming.
And I told her, too, I'm just mad because I don't have many options. You know, option 1, option 2, option 3. That's all I got.
That's all
I got. That's all I got. But, hey, especially for our Camden folk, you know what I'm saying? You know how the residents of Camden feel when it comes to their prestigious Camden High basketball, and even the ones that didn't even go to Camden High. Yes. You know how they feel about this Camden High basketball thing. And June 21st, Kevin Armstrong, he works for NJ.com. He dropped the bomb a little bit. You know what I'm saying? He dropped.
I wouldn't call it a bomb. I would call it like a little.
Like a.
It wasn't a kaboom.
It was a kaboom. Right.
Like
it was more of a. Yeah, like
grenade.
Grenade. There we go.
It was a grenade.
It was a grenade that he dropped. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of what he said in this article, an article is called "Camden Celebrates a Hoops Rebirth," but critics wonder, did they cheat their way to a championship? And again, it was written by Kevin Armstrong. You can find that on NewJersey.com. Dropped on the 21st. And, you know, he was just saying that, you know, we had a lot of guys on the team that don't actually reside in the city of Camden. And, you know, he was talking about a whole lot of other things that I really didn't understand.
He was all over the place. The article was nothing. A lot of the stuff that was in that article really had no real bearing on the initial topic.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. And then that's why the more you read into it, it more so perceived in my eyes as a smear campaign against a targeted family. I don't think it was more so about the facts or the issues or school choice or implants, transfers. I think it was more along the line of trying to smear and alter the perception of a young man who's innocent and a family. And the crazy part about it is because media, and we don't have a bunch of media outlets anymore other than social media, it's easy for it to change or alter the perception of people when you drop the negative, and especially when you all over the place with it. Because he was all over the place. He talked about stuff that had no bearing.
Nothing.
On Camden High basketball.
None whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? And as I was reading it, I'm like, well, what are we talking about this for? You know what I'm saying? Like, I
what
thought
does this? It was a lot of apples and oranges with a few bananas through in the basket. It was like the banana in the tailpipe along with the apples and the oranges. So it was all over the place. But
what are we talking about here?
Here we are,
you know
right?
What I'm saying? But here we are. You know what I'm saying? Got us talking about it. So, you know, we want to just use our little platform today just to give our, as we always say, our humble opinions about that whole situation. As we were, for you guys that don't know, we're not just on here. We do research. You know what I'm saying? We do take our time, our due diligence. If we don't know something, you know, to look it up and you know, to try to present the most facts that we can. So I wanted to know the difference between choice schools and magnet schools, because I didn't know there was a difference. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there is a difference. I believe when the magnet schools were designed, they were designed with the intention to provide hone in on certain curriculum. You know, we have our medical arts, which is honed in on any young person that would like to have a career in the science and medical field. Then you have creative arts. That was a program that was kind of like your fame back in the day. It was built around the arts. Anything that had to do with the arts, poetry, creative writing, theater. So those schools, and then you have Big Picture Learning Academy. And to my knowledge, the last I remember, and I know we have the research on it, Big Picture Learning Academy was one of numerous schools across the country that were Bill Gates, Microsoft. It was like these certain cities was picked to have this modulo of this school where the programming is small based, small curriculum. Small class environment for stronger learning. And they also do like co-op where you do like interns, and you pick a field and they put you more into, you learn, and then they put you more into hands-on type thing. I remember when my daughter went to a magnet school, there was a process, an application process. You didn't have to be a resident, but you had to have different things in place, because at first when Bryn Medical Arts was first designed, they were housed in the British program in Lourdes. In the hospital. Yeah, it was in the hospital before they actually established a whole building. So it was it was for kids that were,
and
designed. What is the
Here.
definition?
The definition says a public school offering special instruction and programs not available elsewhere, designed to attract a more diverse student body from throughout a school district. So basically, what you were saying, like, you might not be able to get what you need to help you succeed in the creative arts field just at the regular
high school. The traditional high school.
If you want, like you said, you're going into the medical field, you can get more hands-on, direct
science
medical
classes,
stuff you need at the magnet school. And with the choice school, the definition straight off of the New Jersey Department of Education website, it says New Jersey's interdistrict public school choice program enables approved choice districts to enroll K through 12th grade students who do not reside within their districts without cost to their parents. The program increases educational opportunities for students and their families by providing students with school options outside of their district of residence and giving parents the power to select a school program that best serves their child's individual needs. So what he was saying was that the kids in question, we'll just say that, they were at the magnet schools. And he was saying that, and all this is in the article, you know what I'm saying? I'm not making this up or whatnot.
Do they have a list of choice schools by any chance?
Do they have a list of choice schools? Now, the thing is, when we went to, and again, we're looking right at it, not making this stuff up, find a choice district, right? I went to Camden County, that's where we're at, and it says nothing about the Camden district. You got Audubon, Belmar, Berlin, Brooklawn, Collinswood, Haddon Heights, Laurel Springs, Lawnside, Lindenwood, Merchantville, Mount Ephraim, Oakland, Pine Hill,
Did it say Haddon Heights?
Sommerdale, Sterling,
and that's
Stratford,
crazy
and
because
Waterford.
That's crazy because...
But it doesn't say anything about the Camden School District.
That's crazy because Haddon Heights is on that list, but in 2011, Haddon Heights wanted me to pay $1,500 a month for my daughter to stay, and she...
Now, this is what's coming up for the next school year.
Next school year.
Right.
So it might have been...
Right.
Yeah, so back then it might not have been a choice school. Right.
This is for
because,
22, 23, so the upcoming school year.
Yeah, because, her dad moved literally maybe a half a mile or maybe a mile around the corner from where he lived.
Okay.
And it prompted her to go from Haddon Heights High School to Triton.
Okay.
And she ran track at Haddon Heights for 2 years previous, was an honor student. And they said, we would love to have her, but if she stays, your tuition cost is $1,500 a month. So needless to say, we did what we had to do, and she came back home.
Right.
But so I think a lot of schools are trying to open up the choice because there's so many charter schools that a lot of districts are losing enrollment.
Yes.
So you open up as choice.
Now you can pull bigger
from all over.
Right. And that was one of the things he was saying here. He was saying that. And I'm quoting what he said in this article, and again, you can pull it up online, see it for yourself if you haven't read it already. He said after NJ Advanced Media inquired about the residency requirements, officials added a tuition-paying option for non-residents to the online application. They were saying that the average cost per student at the two magnet schools is about $22,348, but the parents of, these kids, they were only made to pay $1,500 a year.
But I was told that each district has a right and has the power to decide what the cost is.
Gotcha.
I asked someone from a head of another school district, and they were saying that it's up to the board and for the district to determine the cost that a child will pay if they're out of district and come to one of these schools.
And that's what you did mention that too. He said, "Wow, the advisory board president asserted that the players pay fair market value to play there." You know what I mean? Or
Now,
to go there.
and now
So,
when you discuss fair market value, the only input I have on that is, and this is truly my opinion, our education for our kids in our community is just as good as education anywhere else. And I've been a firm believer, if your kid wants to learn, your kid is going to learn,
right?
no matter where they are. I have friends that graduated from Camden Catholic High School that are not doing better than my kids, my friends that graduated from Camden High. My daughter has friends that graduated from other schools all over the county, all over the state, and hands down, my kids make just as much money, if not more, than those students. And my kids are all Camden School born and bred. So for me, that was a hit on us, though.
Right.
No disrespect to the board president, advisory board president, but it was a hit on us because you're saying the value of that education in Camden is only worth $1,500, and I truly disagree. But that's my opinion because all my children went through the Camden City school system. So with that being said, I mean,
I'm a product of the Kansas City School District as
to
well.
say that our value is less than other districts, not too much. But that's the only problem I had with the whole situation, that they devalued our education in our community. They placed the cost of a pair of sneakers on the education in our community. And that was like the only problem I had with that part of it. But the fact of the matter remains is this has been going on systematically for ages. But I'm going to say this, and I've said it to a couple people that I discussed this article with. It ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun. Now we back on top, it's a problem.
Now it's a problem.
When we was on the bottom, scraping and scrounging, you know what I mean? Camden wasn't mentioned for a lot of years.
Now it's a problem.
Now it's a problem. Our kids are ranked in the nation, it's a problem.
Now it's a
Our
problem.
football kids is ranked in the nation, it's a problem. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, this been going on forever. And nobody ever talks about the clear schools that do it. Haddonfield.
You know what I'm saying?
He did it for years. They did it for years. And they was our biggest rivals in competition.
Right. Nah. So, like you said, it's funny how all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying, this is a big national, I don't know if it's national yet, but it's a big, huge situation. Another article that's out, the NJSIAA begins investigation of possible Camden cheating as Louisville, Kentucky battle for DJ Wagner. And that was published on June 24th. So, the article started a lot of unnecessary things. And one of the things, that's his opinion or whatever, and, he tried to bring us some facts. But the thing is, they were legally allowed to play. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what the state can really do. The state got to sign off on all of that.
But the state signed up the team on the players. And you submit the paperwork. You submit the paperwork. You submit the roster.
They check the residencies and all of that, and they say everybody's good. You know what I mean? Do your thing. So, what are they investigating? They need to be investigating themselves, if anything.
And figure out where they dropped the ball. Because if there's some rules in place and you didn't abide by the rules, what did you not do?
Exactly.
What did you not do as NJSIAA administrators? Like, what did y'all not do? But at the end of the day, the thing about the distraction. That's all this is. It's a distraction. Like, let's get focused and let's be about the focus. My thing is ultimately, and I'm not going to hold you on any level, you want to put your child in the best position to get college scholarship money and to get colleges to look at you.
Right, definitely.
We can go as far back, and I wasn't even, you hear some people say I was good, some people say they don't know me. You got others people that say I was okay. My thing is, even for me, I chose Camden High because at the time, Camden High girls in 87, 88, 86, 87, 88 was going to the conference championship every year. And they were going to big schools. Those girls was leaving out of Camden, going to Morgan, going to Hampton, going to Norfolk, going to, like, they was going to me, that was big schools.
And basketball
you know what I mean?
got them there.
And basketball got them
You know
there. So
what I'm saying?
at the time, Delsey wasn't a powerhouse. I'm not going to Delsey. So what I do, I went to Camden High. And because it wasn't a national thing at that time, nobody blinked the eye. But it's been going on for years. We had a guy that played in Camden High that came from Mississippi. Came from Mississippi in '89 because his parents wanted to put him in a better place so colleges can see him. You want to put, just like you got people on a high school level who want their kids to be in the Big Ten or the all those bigger leagues in college so their kids can get looked at for the NBA and NFL. So it's about putting your child, as a parent, doing what's best for your child, to put your child in a position to get seen for exposure. Now, if y'all think the rules were broken to do that, let's talk about those preps and those Catholic schools and all those schools that been bringing kids from all over the country to play for them. Oh, they're allowed to, but they still stack their debt. They stack their debt. And because allegedly their rules are different, but are the rules different, or we just taint them and bend them to make it acceptable? But we can argue and debate about this high school thing. We can talk about football. We could talk about baseball. We could talk about because people, they do it.
All of it.
It's been done since the beginning of time. Because these people, these adults, want to win. They really not about the kids. They about the championships. So when you look at it, it ain't really ain't none of this about the kids. It's about the championship.
About the adults. And another article, NJ.com. This one came out on the 22nd, and it kind of talks about what you were just talking about. It was written by Steve, I guess it's pronounced Politi. I'm going to go with Politi. You know what I'm saying? And you can find this on NewJersey.com as well. His article is entitled, "Camden Basketball is the latest example of our out-of-control high school sports culture." And in that article, he's basically saying, like are we, like, having this mentality, championship or bust type of mentality? And is that good for our high school kids? Like, we're trying to skirt around things and recruit all over the place and things like that just to win a high school state championship.
And it's not good. Because I know so many people who was on championship teams are now walking down the ass, alcoholics, because they didn't know how to become a small fish in a big pond because we had them as big fish in small ponds. So we're really not. I mean, I always thought that winning is good and it makes you feel good and it builds up your self-esteem. But having a coach that cares, having a community that cares, learning lessons on the court also does well for you as an individual as well.
We got to do, and I'm going to speak from, me coaching, we got to do a better job as coaches preparing these kids for life when the ball stops, like we always talk about. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, we won a championship, seniors graduate. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? On to the next. You know what I'm saying? Like who we got coming back next year? Like, let's, you know what I'm saying?
And then a lot of coaches
don't follow up.
A lot of coaches don't even follow up when their kids are in college.
That's what I'm saying.
Because they so focused on the next thing. What's the next best thing? Who up next? And, it's all like athletics for me. Even though I still promote athletics, but athletics for me has been a demise to a lot of people, man. It's just so sad because you want to keep your kid busy. You want to keep your kid active because participating in sports helps them have a healthy lifestyle,
I'm not here without sports.
You know what I'm saying? But I know it's been a demise for a lot of us.
No, that's very true.
It's been a demise for a lot of us. A lot of people that could have been successful in other things because of them not being really, really successful in the next level in athletics has really been a demise. And it comes back to the whole stacking the deck, championships, putting a lot of pressure on kids that's unnecessary because the adults want to look good on their resume. Our adults using our kids as stepping stones for their careers so they can become college coaches, possibly NBA or NFL coaches. So we've allowed, parents and community have allowed our kids to get trampled over in the process, you know. And then this type of stuff,
right?
These type of articles that never go away,
right?
Like you're gonna Google these for the rest of their life, and gonna have a kid questioning, well, was I good enough? They're talking about me because I went to this school, but was I not good enough to be where I was, or should I have been looked at differently? Like it's just questioning
themselves,
questioning themselves and who they are, because they shouldn't have to, because about the adults, right? It's the adults.
And then we had a guy, he's a blogger. I think his blog page is, the information will be put up. It's called The Black Cager, Del Greco Wilson. And he wrote a rebuttal. And you can find that on his web. Just put in Black Cager and it'll come up. And his rebuttal was titled, Trying to Take Down Camden High's Basketball Program, a Hitman, His Cronies, and Their Sucker Shit. And that was by Del Greco Wilson for The Black Cager, and that came out June 23rd. And he kind of just went in each point that this Kevin Armstrong guy had. He went on each point and just rebutted it. You know what I'm saying? With good information.
Right, with
facts.
good and factual information. And the thing about it is, the way the original article read, it feels like it was a hitman, like somebody that was sent in, or somebody that was that was giving out information. And it's just sad.
Like they had a plant. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know what I mean? So that was definitely.
But for your knowledge, read all the articles. Get all of the points of views from all the articles. But at the end of the day, don't put too much weight in any of it, because for real, ain't nothing going to happen.
Right.
The kid's going to live to play another day. It's just a bunch of adults starting a whole bunch of sparks that's not even going to create a fire. Because if the fire is created, NJSIAA should be held accountable.
Right. Exactly.
If the fire the fire starts, NJSIAA should be held accountable. And do you really think?
That's what I'm saying.
Because if any wrongdoing is admitted, it'll start from up there, which means somebody up there going to lose their, but somebody going to lose their gig. It's going to be a domino effect. So do you really think? So like again, it's distractions. Let's not take away from these kids' talent.
Right.
These kids are not even what they did, what they're about to do. These kids are talented.
They're good.
These kids are naturally good. They've been good since they was like 10 years old.
They can play. You know what I'm saying?
And they can play anywhere.
They can play anywhere.
Anywhere. But they chose. I should have worn my shirt today. I had a shirt on Friday that said I could have chose to go anywhere, but I chose Camden High. And my thing is, they chose. Their parents chose. These kids could have went anywhere. Your Mount Birdies, your whatever those schools are, they could have went anywhere. They could have. But y'all mad because they chose us.
Right. Right.
They chose to grace us with all of them.
And now they're mad. When these kids, like you said, go to all the St. Anthony's and all them schools open, all that type of stuff.
St. Patrick's, all of that was all good.
Now they choose to come to little old Camden.
Now there's a problem.
And we win on the national level, and all of a sudden it's a problem. You know what I'm saying? Now all of a sudden it's a problem. And, with all of that, Camden High, according to the Enquirer, you know what I'm saying? Matt Breen, another article. We got a lot of information that you guys can go look up yourselves if you believe I'm lying. You know what I'm saying? Like, Coach Bird don't know what he's talking about. Hey, I'm just reading articles like you have the opportunity to read them as well. But former Villanova star Malik Waynes is expected to be the new coach of Camden High coming up. So, I mean, I don't. If that is the case, we'll just say he's going to be the alleged new head coach. I mean, I know he got to be like
what's
going on?
So for the record, we went through all the articles. We discussed a little bit. We're kind of probably all over the place too. But for the record, let's understand this. Camden High basketball has always been a rare program. And when you deal with any Camden High programming, you come with the community. You come with opinion. It comes with opinion. It comes with community. It comes with opinion. It comes with expectations. It comes with requirements. So anybody that takes a job in a Camden boys program has to know what they're getting into.
I know firsthand.
And if you can win, because let's call spade a spade. Coach Bird took a losing program and took them straight to the mountaintop the first year. Boom, conference
Won the sectionals.
Sectional champions, first year. Boom. You know what I'm saying? Even with that being said, they found a way from the community to get rid of him to bring in who they wanted. Now, this man not only is a good coach, is a good man, he's an alumni, and he comes with like a family connection, and they still chose to get rid of him on some BS. Now, and I say that to say this, anybody, because I had that conversation with him when he took the job, you sure that's what you want?
Yeah.
Because you can be their friend today and their enemy tomorrow. Camden High, which is a high school, fans are like the Sixers and Phillies and Eagles fans. They like you today, but tomorrow they could kill you. So anybody that get this job, so I don't even know if this dude Malik even know what he getting into. And frankly, to be honest, I don't know him. That's on him. But one thing for sure and two for certain, I do know Camden High B-ball at this moment is going to do what them do. Them kids going to rock and roll out. They going to ball out because they ballers.
He is a Philadelphia kid. He went to Roman Catholic, played at Villanova.
Little stint at the Sixers, right?
Yeah, I think they said he played like 21 games for them, but most of his professional career was overseas. So, I mean, of course, you're gonna have to hear about Camden High, but I don't know how much of the ins and outs he might understand what he's getting into. But he's gonna find out.
The way
he's finding out now.
He's
finding out.
He's gonna learn. You're gonna learn today.
Now.
Welcome, Malik, if you coming.
Yes, if that's
best of luck.
You know what I'm saying? Hope
best wishes.
Hope all this dies down for you.
Yeah, I'm quite sure it is. It ain't even going. There's something else going to happen.
Yeah. I mean,
somebody going to have their hand in somebody's pocket next week taking some money, and then all this going to be all over with. This going to be a distant memory. It's going to be a cloud of smoke.
If you read the article that the state dropped, it wasn't even an article, a couple paragraphs, whatever. It was just more.
We're going to investigate.
Yeah, right. Like they got to cover their bases. You know what I'm saying? Like we're going to
take this into account.
Right.
We'll get back to you.
We'll get back to you. You know what I'm saying? So, it is what it is. But like you said, I just feel bad for the kids that they gotta have to see their names smeared. Because how adults are.
No.
Yo, that's the kid.
Real quick.
Come on,
real
man.
quick.
Like, leave these kids alone.
This joker sat outside people's houses.
Yeah, that's great. That's what I'm saying. That's you know what I mean?
Could be stalking. What you doing, sir?
You know what I'm saying?
Taking pictures like we on TMZ or something. Look, I ain't never.
High school basketball, people. We're talking about high school basketball.
But the only thing I don't like about this type of stuff is, like I said, it doesn't go away. So say when these kids go to college and they do go, remember back in 2022 was a scandal about, that you'll hear this for years to come. Because remember when Wayne got the Escalade?
Right.
It was on Power 99.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? He got kid at the Escalade at 17 years old. But they don't talk about the kid in the suburbs whose parents buy them Benzes and G-Wagons.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Don't quit it.
I can't drive. I got a license. You know what I'm saying?
Don't quit it.
I can't drive to school.
So I'm just saying, I hate these type of articles because they always resurface or regurgitate. They come back. And it's
always, like you said earlier, them kids will be fine.
Them kids going to be fine.
They're going to be right there come babasketball season next year.
They'll be right there, and people going to be watching them on TV again this year.
The whole nine, you know what I'm saying? So, like I said, this is just a shame.
It's sad.
That they're trying to take away from, and they're kids.
That work hard.
Adults, right? And they
like
work hard.
If and because of the era of social media, you can pull up any of these kids' pages, and they're in the gym working. And I'm talking about like physically working out.
Right.
They're in the gym playing.
Playing.
They're missing their childhood, their teenage lives because they're spending 5 out of 7 days playing sports or perfecting their craft, and the other 2 days resting.
Right.
You know what I mean? So don't take nothing away from them. I don't care who writes an article.
Right.
Don't take nothing away from these kids. These kids are putting in the work.
They're putting in the work.
They putting in the work, and they could have been here. They could have been anywhere, but they still put in the work.
So you can't take that away from them. You know what I'm saying?
And those boys would have been ranked nationally if they had went to East Bumblefuck.
Right.
But they just so happened to be at Camden High.
And that's the problem. For some folk.
For some folk.
That's the problem.
We enjoy having them. I enjoy seeing them when I go to the high schools every now and again, walking the halls. they're really going to school.
Right.
They're really going to
Right,
class.
right, they go to class.
Listen, I don't
Right.
care how much they paid or didn't pay. They in
are
that
putting
building
work.
every
Right,
day.
right,
So,
right,
and they
right,
got
right,
book bags
right.
on their backs. They got pencils. One of them had a pencil in the ear last week. I don't know, but what I do
Right.
know is
They're putting
I
in the
see
work.
them in the building and they
Definitely,
putting in work.
Definitely, academically as well as
Athletically.
You know what I'm saying?
And they're
So-
good kids. So
and they're
let's
good
not
kids.
take away
Right.
from that.
That's
So
exactly.
again, this is a distraction to take away from the fact that these kids are really putting in personal work. These kids are putting in academic work, and these kids are good kids. Do I know them to, would they be good students if they was at other schools? I don't know and I don't care.
Right.
But I know they at Camden,
Right.
in
They're
Camden
doing
School
their thing.
District, and they doing right here.
And they're doing their thing here. You know what I'm saying? Hey, episode 58. Episode 58. Again, I just want to thank, the viewers that have been watching, taking time out of your day to just hear what me and Cousin Tracey got to say.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I just need y'all to know it does not go unnoticed, and we appreciate it greatly, because if you guys are not checking us out, ain't no
And
need in doing
again,
this.
just to make it clear, this was our opinion on our
true indeed.
perceptions
True
of the
indeed.
articles.
True indeed.
When anybody else's opinion is, anybody
indeed.
else's perception is theirs. We're
it's all
entitled
good.
to our opinion, and this is it. This is our humble opinion.
That's it.
And my thing is, the takeaway from all of this is the fact that these are kids. And please, adults, stop it.
Right.
Because your problem are not with the kids.
Right.
Your problem is with the system. The system has been known to fail a lot of people for a very long time. The system failure or the system oversights or the system undersights has been happening for a very long time.
Definitely. I just want to give a shout out to all the seniors that graduated
Yes.
these past couple, past couple days. Or
So
whatnot.
my shout out starts with this. Daylight Foundation, I always bring that up. We have awarded one young man so far with the Deus Award, a Merit Award, monetary gift, Adrian Wallershine. As an organization, we just want you to know we see you. We have 3 other young men who will be receiving the same award this week. I had said we have an award going to a Woodrow Wilson football player, a Camden High basketball player, and a Woodrow Wilson basketball player. So Daylight will be giving out 4 Deus Awards, Merit Awards. Those awards are given to students who are selected by their coaches to exhibit leadership, sportsmanship on and off the field, who have took time to be accountable for their actions, to excel in the classroom, on the field, and to exhibit kindness, to be a leader, to be a big brother to some of their teammates, and to just be an all-around good team player. So big topic this weekend, Roe versus Wade. They have just set America back 60 years. Now everybody wants to be responsible for women's bodies and what they choose to do with themselves. I am and always will be pro-choice. It is your choice to do what you want to do with your body, with your life, and whatever you choose to do is between you and your creator. I don't think our organs, I don't think our choices, I don't think anything that we do as women, right or wrong or indifferent, should be governmentally determined. But again, here we are. If they're going to damage and touch Roe versus Wade, next thing you're going to know, it's going to be Brown versus the Board of Education, and we're going to also have that voting, because we do know us having the right to vote is also could be taken away from us. So with that being said, people, this is just the remnants of what happens when you do not vote. Voting on your local level also affects what happens on a larger scale.
Yes,
and I think they need to bring back civics in school so young people can understand the power of their vote. Because what happens is when you don't vote correctly on the lower level, it goes into the larger level, and they control our life. They control our dollar bills. They control what we spend, what we do, and how we do it. So again, this week was a monumental overturn of Roe versus Wade, and immediately states banned abortion. Immediately. Roe versus Wade overturn went out maybe at 10, 11 o'clock, and by 1 o'clock, like 7 to 10 states banned abortion. And it was like crazy states. I mean, no shade to nobody like North Dakota, Minnesota, you know what I mean? So, but my thing is, let's just stay in prayer, people, and just know Women should have the rights to do what they want to do with their bodies. It's ours, and it's ours to control, and we shouldn't allow the government to control that. Shout out to all those seniors that graduated, all those 8th graders that graduated, anybody that graduated.
Right.
College graduate,
whatever.
and all of that.
Whatever you
we're
graduated
proud
from,
of you.
you know what I'm saying?
We see you. We notice you.
Definitely.
Keep excelling, keep striving, keep pushing, because greater things come later. You know, just work hard. Continue to work hard, and God bless you. Like, share, subscribe, and all that good stuff. And we appreciate you here at the Birdcage.
Definitely. Well, episode 58. Another one down, another one in the books. Once again, I'm Sechiwayo, a.k.a. Coach Bird, and I'm the host of the Birdcage Show, and we'll talk to you soon.
It was a stone groove, my man.